Hi, Mom. They can hold on. You don't think they can't hear you? Hi, Mom. Say hi in Georgia.
Hi in Georgia.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Megan. Okay, to turn it off and press that little button.
Hello.
No, not that little button. That one.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
She's weird.
He was so tickled.
I'm
Company
Megan.
bought it. To take pictures of timber sales.
Megan, they can't cut
Megan, we'll
Okay, turn it off.
video camera you.
We'll
Hi.
It's company property.
Hi, Megan. I'm 11.
You're weird. That's what you are.
He's buying 600.
Hey, Mom. Mom.
The deal's just.
Say hi. Mom, say hi.
She already said hi. Turn it
Just
off.
bought it.
It's on.
Let's see. How you are? Some caution. Was it recording? Yep. Huh?
Don't put it on me.
I'm not. I'm good. Come on, let's go. How do you pause it? This red button?
Yeah.
Or we have an odd. Did you know this is your?
Hi.
Gotcha. Oh, but let's go get Bay. No. Hey, let's go get Buddy. Bubba, I gotcha. Gotcha, Audrey. Say hey. Hi. Say hello.
I got you.
She ain't got me though.
I got him asleep. Yeah, it's not over like this. I said, this guy.
Later.
Mom, say hi.
All we have is much difference.
Why are three people on this?
North Georgia,
Megan, you're not gonna.
is totally mountains.
Megan, you're not a good video.
Take your hand off and you turn, sing it, girl.
Surprise of all of you today.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, get out of here, Mike. Read all the different things on it.
Singing on the tape.
Get right there and you get
Read all of these.
Grandma.
Corn.
We got you again, didn't we? Yeah. Sam. You didn't even look at work.
I got hit upside the head on
Let you know how to get the cake. Wait till you eat it, man.
I know it. They done me that way last time, too.
They pulled a trick on you. They told me about it.
I got
They sat down with me and thought I thought they'd be nice.
It ain't mine, it's
They was entertaining you while they were doing the dirty work.
It's Wyoming.
What's that for singing?
candle.
Well, bless his heart. It's a girl name.
Oh, you and Laura, come on and come out and see the cake.
That's mine.
The candle's singing.
Yeah.
How you came off?
You guys should get up and read it. It's got mama and sister.
I read it. Next year. What? Next year you're not coming home? No. Well, we'll find you.
You gotta come home sooner or later.
No. Last year, remember she says, well, you caught me this year, but you'll never do it again.
Rodney, it's a time to sort of seen her coming here. I
They
forgot.
must know I don't never have
You know,
Well, they-
oh,
well,
nice
you
guy
better
from 10
write
o'clock.
it.
That might be it.
in it.
That Nanny's cake, he can do what he wants to with it, he said.
He said, well, it's tasting pretty good.
Hey, Bubba, you didn't bring me none.
Give him a finger full and take it to
Tell
him.
him, say you do it.
Bring me a finger full of
Tell
water.
him, say you do it.
He said, I can get by with it. He said, I can get by
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, somebody knows what I like, don't they?
Butterflies.
Laurie and RJ got you back.
Somebody knows what I like.
Happy birthday
I don't wanna
to
hear
you.
Y'all do me
And
bad.
Sneaky too.
Here's
some more.
Come up there to visit me and me think, well, boy, they really nice, you know, today.
Coming down to work where I am.
Well, they come down to visit.
No, this is for Grandma. Give that to Grandma.
Bill and Helen.
Nanny. Here, Nanny.
Thank you. I should have known y'all was up to something.
You shouldn't have.
If I'd have remembered last year, I'd have known.
No, you didn't never get. That cake's been on order for 3 weeks, and everybody in the store knows about it.
Well, I wonder why everybody's just looking at me or grinning today. And why Chris?
Chris let you off early?
Yeah. Yeah, he was awful. Well, he got whatever they wanted, whatever they come out that far for. They got rotten. Rotten.
You didn't spoil Joe, though, did you?
Yeah, they was all spoiled.
I wasn't born yet.
No, you wasn't born then.
I bet you Joe was spoiled.
He was.
Now, how was I spoiled?
Well, you were just rotten. Everybody thought, well, you was the baby. You know, there was
And he
no
was darn
babies.
cute, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was no babies there. And that Nancy thought there wasn't nothing in the world like Joe and Buddy. I'm telling you. And Nancy,
Good morning. Good morning.
but anyway,
This is Elizabeth. Yeah,
but when
pretty good. You want to talk to Nettie? Okay, hold on. I don't know who it is.
when we was young and people talking about the good old days, I said, I wish we'd go back to the good old days. I said, not me. I couldn't survive it twice.
No.
No.
Those are hard days. Everybody has their hard days.
Yeah. And then talking about good old days.
Yeah, but you were happy.
Yeah. We didn't have the sense enough to be no other way.
There you go. Didn't have any money. You didn't need a whole
Just
bunch.
barely made a living.
Isn't it funny how the girls are getting together again? Hazel, now, not Hazel, yeah, Hazel and Ron. I never would have thought they'd come back here. Never would have thought that. They've been here for what,
They'll be,
year or two?
no,
Yeah.
they've been here,
Well, it's been 2 years, hasn't it?
2 years in July, or a year in July. 2 years in July. Yeah, 'cause Rhonda's been at the store 2 years in July,
What's, oh, the grocery store.
at the grocery store. So,
Now, you work in
same
grocery store?
one she works
Do
at.
you? Oh, okay.
2
You get
years
along
in
with her?
July. Yeah, she works here. Sometimes I work the restaurant right next to her. She torments me.
Rhonda's the one that arranges these surprise birthday parties.
Yeah,
Oh,
she torments
she's the
me.
one.
Yeah,
She torments her.
she torments me. We were standing, it's cold in the store, it's cold in the store.
Yeah.
And so she wasn't doing much on her register, so she comes down to mine and I'm busy, you know, I'm busy. Cause she has a 10 and under. And I'm busy and I'm just working away, and I stopped to take the people's check and Rhonda stand behind me bagging. And the bag boy, she said, you want to hear me make Aunt Nell home? He said, yeah. She stuck her cold hands up my smock, on my back, just like two icicles, you know. And I let out a holler, and people come running out of the office. They thought we was getting robbed. I told them, I said, no, we wouldn't be getting robbed. If it was a robber or a gun, I wouldn't be hollering. I said, I'd have better sense than that to holler, you know. And she hollers across it. She tells Mr. Barnett, said, well, I'm just going to get off early. Aunt Nett said she'd work for me. He said no such thing. She said, I'm tired. I'm sick now. She said she'd work for me. We get along good.
We did drop by and see Ron and Hazel and Eric when they were living in Kingman, Arizona. That was, gosh, that was 86, 87. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. So.
Yeah. But you know, Hazel always said when her young'uns got grown and out on their own, able to take care of themselves, that she was coming back to Georgia. You know, we never thought she would, you know.
Well, she made good on it.
Because then her and Lucky got a divorce, and I thought, well, Lord, she'll have to hang around out there because the young'uns will want to see their dad, you know. And I said, they won't be able to, the young'uns won't be able to come. And then her eyesight got bad, you know. She had started having surgery on her eyes, and thought, well, we just thought, well, but after Lee died, and then Lucky died, they just decided. And we was thrilled too, you know. We just tickled to death. Because we came down in June or May. When was it? May or June? And closed on the property here.
Now what, if I may ask, Nanny, why did you choose, and this is a great place, I think it's a good place to live, but why did you choose here?
Because Laurie wanted to sell it.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was right across the fence from Philip. And we just thought it'd be nice to, so he wouldn't have a stranger. Because, see, he went through, Helen and them really had a hard time when Judy Mae and Winnie lived here because her kids didn't do nothing for her, you know, didn't do nothing for her. And Phil had it all to do, and besides, he's got 45 little houses he rents out. 45.
Yeah.
He just bought another one, of course, and Helen don't know this. Just bought another one. He ain't got the title on it yet, but he's done put his money down. And I don't even know if she knows he's got the one before that. But he keeps it from her. But I don't think she really wanted us to have it. I don't think she really wanted us to have it. And when she thought Hazel and Ron, now, I love Helen to death, but Helen had to do a lot of changing too. Because she thought she was better than the Carters too. And,
That's what she said. She said your dad thought he was better than they were. That's what she said.
Did. But when she thought Rhonda and Hazel was going to live here, well, she wanted to know why in the world they wanted to come back to Georgia. They didn't have no family here. I said, what are we? I said, what are we? I said, we family. Of course, now, Rhonda's got the one daughter and got 3 grandkids. But they're like Nancy is. Nancy used to be until she became an alcoholic. You never had to give her anything. She took care of herself. Now she's a bottomless pit. Well, Eva's the same way. The more money you put in this hand, she'll stick this other one out, you know. But I think she was afraid Phil would have to do something for them. And so I told Hazel, I said, I don't care what happens. I said, do not ask Philip to fix it. I said, you call us in North Carolina. We'll make arrangements for it to get fixed. I said, don't care what it is. Don't ask Philip to fix it. And of course, she wanted to know why. And I said, because Helen didn't want us to have it. You know, she didn't want us to have it. I think maybe at the time, she would have rather a rank stranger had it. That they would not have had to feel obligated or anything, you know, to. But since we've been here now, Helen has changed. When we first moved here, she told me, she said, now, I'm not going to be a good neighbor. I'm not going to visit. I'm not going to be a good neighbor. I'm not going to visit. I'm not going to borrow, and I'm not going to lend. Now, this she told me to my face, you know. So I said, fine, you know, fine. But now she has changed. I mean, I give her flowers. She gives me flowers. She looks after my flowers when we go somewhere. I look after hers when she goes somewhere. We take care of Doodle, you know, when they go somewhere. And when I cook stuff over here, I cook a bunch of it. I always take them some. Well, she's changed. I mean, and before that, before we got the place, Philip had it, the bank, I guess, is going to be executors of his will. He had it in there that if he died first, this property was to be sold, and a condominium or townhouse or something was supposed to be bought for Helen in town, where she didn't have to do, where she could have patio flowers and stuff, but no grass to cut, no upkeep, nothing like that. Okay, since we've been here, they've decided that if something happens to Philip first, she can stay in the house, because me and Richard look at it.
Well, that's good.
But when we first got it,
It wasn't that way.
no, but now she's changed.
Do they own the land here, or do you own the land that's
No,
not here?
no, this is ours.
Okay.
We just got it surveyed the other day. Nobody knew where the lines was.
Well, I never knew there was a division
Well, it
between,
is.
you know, this small
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, nobody knew where the lines was. So we got the man that surveyed it the first time. He came out and he found the line stakes. And you know what he gets an hour? $90 an hour.
Yep.
They're
With
surveyors,
the little-
licensed surveyors.
He didn't survey, he got this little metal detector,
detector.
beep beep thing.
Well, he's trying to find the corner.
Yeah, that's all I want. He said, you want it surveyed? I said, no, I don't care. He said, how much is it? And I said, 2 acres or less, or 2 acres or more. I said, don't matter about how much property is. I said, it's a lot of
Yeah.
grass to cut.
Yeah.
I just want to know where the 4 corners are. The stakes that Phil had cut off. I said, that's what I want to know. So it took them 2 hours.
Did
but
they record it? Is it recorded?
we got to.
You got a survey map?
We've got a plat, but
Yeah.
it's not. Laureen said it's recorded in Judy May's name. It's not recorded, the plat's not recorded in her name. Because we asked, she told us they had one. So when we go to pay our taxes, when our taxes are not high either, our taxes on everything is $131. Of course, we get homestead exemption.
And you're 130,
And they're worried about taxes in Georgia, huh?
not
Shall
bad.
we tell you what they'd be in California?
For this,
Oh,
Well, it depends. It's a 1%.
it depends what it would be
value.
worth.
1%.
What is it worth? If you could sell it, how much could you sell it for?
oh, I don't know. That's not the way it is here.
That's the way it is in
It's
California.
what it's
You got a
it's
homestead exemption, though. I think.
homestead exemption, and they have come out and assess it, but it's not. It's usually when they assess it, it's about half of what you're going to
See,
sell it
they
for.
have homestead exemption in California. They're rare, very rare.
Everybody has it here. If you own the property, and you own what's sitting on it, you can get homestead exemption. See, the kids down there.
But you have to be living on the property.
Yeah,
Don't you?
yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the kids down there had 2 acres of land where they live, and we bought Sissy and David a house. Audrey's 4, be 5 in May. I guess she was born in May, and this was in December when we got the house.
What time is it?
It's
Oh,
12,
Well, they'll wait. Helen's not ready. So that house burned down. So there was 2 acres with that.
Burned. Oh my goodness.
Burned to the ground. The youngins had what they had on their back. This was 2 years ago.
Now who's this? Whose house is this?
Sissy,
Sissy.
the one that had
Yeah, yeah.
Chance and I. Okay, this is Sissy's house. My house, but Sissy and David
Yeah,
was
yeah,
living in it.
yeah.
But it burned down, so we had 2 acres of land. So we bought them double wide, and we divided it an acre up. We put the double wide on 1 acre of land, and then Sean said, Nanny, I want me a trailer too. So gave him the other acre of land, and he's got a 16 by 8, which Sean's paying for his. I gave him the land,
Yeah,
and he's paying for his trailer. And I hold the lien on Sissy's trailer. But now they both get homestead exemption. But did you know when I was paying taxes on the house and the 2 acres of land, mine was not even $200 for the house and the 2 acres of land. Okay, now
Joe, I think
Sissy's
we should
alone.
move.
Now Sissy's alone will be right at just the 1 acre and the double wide. I'll be over 300 because she don't get any of those exemptions. I mean, she just gets homestead exemption. But somehow or another here, it's how old you are. I mean, if you get homestead exemption anyway, but it's how old you are, you get another exemption, and how much money you get another exemption. So it really brings it down for the elderly, for what they're living on. So, but now this is Richard's. I'm really, Laureen didn't want it that way, but when I explained it to her, then she realized that I was right. She wanted it to be in my name, because it was, she just wanted it to be in my name. So I told her, I said, you're either going to sell it to me like I want it or I'm not buying it. And I explained to her, I said, I've got youngins. And I said, I've got grandyoungins. And I said, this property is going to be fixed where none of them can take it away from Richard. When I'm gone, and it stands to reason I'm going to be gone first, unless he has an accident or heart attack or something. He's got to have a home. And I said, it's going to be fixed where none of my youngins or my grandyoungins are.
So you and Richard don't have children?
We don't have children. So this is his, you know. Nobody can touch it.
Does he have children?
No. He said, not that he knows of, I don't say, you don't have no youngins. But now, we raised Sean and Sissy. So they really don't seem like our grandchildren. They seem like
Children.
one of our own because we raised them. Just like
Nancy didn't raise Sean?
they lived with us, Sean and Sissy and Nancy. See, I'm thinking they always lived close to us. Always lived close to us, even when the kids were little. But they lived with us after her and Terry got a divorce, and it seemed to me like Nancy was not even going to school. So they've lived with us all these years. So we raised them.
You really did?
Yeah, we raised them. And then Audrey and Chance, you know, then seems like our grandchildren. So Tom is jealous. Oh, he's awfully jealous. He just, when the kid's house burned up, I thought I was going to have to kill him. I did. I thought I was going to have to kill him. He told his, now he just left his home. That's what he did. He just left and got all mixed up on drugs and stuff. But he was living in here, and Sean was living in here before Hazel came. And then he got to going out on the weekends and staying and doing
He was living in
drugs.
this trailer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Me and Richard was still in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I told them they could stay here, you know. It cost them nothing to stay here, but they would have to do their own utilities, you know. And, of course, me and Richard bought the gas and stuff because we had a fireplace, but I didn't want them trying to heat this house with the fireplace and busting pipes and stuff, so we bought gas, you know. But anyway, he got bad, you know. I told him, I said, hey, I told you when you moved in here you couldn't drink, you couldn't have parties, and none of that. Well, I was in North Carolina, and Sean went home to Nashville on the weekends, and Tommy just had a ball. Well, me and Richard was down here, and when her house burned up, you know, we had to come down and stay about a month trying to, insurance, they're slow. And so he goes off and pitches him a wild weekend. And when he come home, I told me and Richard was fixing to go to church.
This was since we were here.
Yeah,
that was since we were here 3 years ago.
I told him, I said, you go to bed and get you some sleep. I said, because when I get back from church, I'm going to talk to you. He said, what do you want? I said, go to bed and get some sleep, because when we get back from church, we're going to talk. So when we come back from church, I went and I told him to get up and want to talk to him. He said, you get out of here and leave me alone. I said, and I just lost my religion. I told him, I said, you just get your fat ass out of that bed and get in this living room right now. I'm going to talk to you. And he come over there and he sat in that chair and I said, well, Tommy, I said, there's a few things I told you wasn't going to do in living. I said, you've done all of them. I said, now find your place to live. I said, you're not going to live here no more. I said, you find your place to live. Well, Mama, I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, that's good. Hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, but you know what? Me and Richard worked hard for this, and this is our home, and I wasn't going to.
You seem to be doing fine.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because he had on this long sleeve shirt yesterday, and he was sweating like crazy. He was just sweating, just pouring. And he was really hateful to me down there at Helen's, and he was really hateful to me in the bedroom. And I told him Trista couldn't spend the night, you know, because I didn't have room. I said, Tommy, I said, we've got all this, we've made plans, you know, and she never wants to stay with us because I know her. said, well, I can't. No, I told Richard, when I come back from Helen's down there, I was really mad, you know. I told Richard, I said, I'm just not putting up with Tommy acting that way. So Richard got on to me, you know, because he wasn't down there. He was up here. He said, now you just leave Tommy alone. Said he just really don't want you to have to do this or that, you know, not to work hard. I said, he didn't do it. He said, you just tired and overworked. You know, he said, you just leave him alone. Well, I thought, whenever he talked reluctantly to me in the bedroom, he said, well, I'm not sure what's something wrong with him. I'm not sure. I'm hoping not, you know. But that doctor down there in Gainesville gave him Elevate to take.
Oh.
Back pain.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
It's
Stronger than Vicodin.
It's
Really?
an addictive drug.
It's a narcotic?
Yeah, bad narcotic. And he can't handle that. Because see, he was doing crack cocaine. And he was doing, what is it? Sniff, that stuff you sniff.
Yeah.
And you shoot it in. He got so bad, he was shooting it in his veins. And after he left here, he got in a trailer down there in Sylvester. And 2 or 3 times, he went out here to Figure State twice a week or 2 at a time. And then he called me one morning at 7 o'clock. Well, Mama, if you want to see your son alive, you better come on down here. I just skipped it. It was Sunday morning. Then Richard jumped up and went down there, and I never in my life seen such a mess. The water in the sink was in the kitchen sink was running. It done run all out, and the floor dishes lined everywhere. He had threw a iron skillet through the window, like over the sink there, all the way through outside. And he was in the bathroom, slopping towels, with the water running in the bathroom, slopping towels. They done had them a party.
Drug party?
Yeah, and had something taped over the door so you couldn't see in. And he had bloody towels. Biggest mess, the water just ran all over. And the paramedics was there, what do you call them, the EMTs was there. But anyway, they left. I told them, I said, I told Tommy, I said, get out of that bathroom and turn that water off and get you some clothes on. And I said, what do you want me to do? I said, well, just what do you want me to do? I said, I don't know what to do. I've never been around nobody. I don't know what to do. He said, well, I know somebody I can call and get in Greenleaf. That's down low. Well, he called him. He told him, said, just take him down. Well, Richard went on to church, and he'd come back, and I fixed Tommy something, and we took him down. Well, he stayed 1 week and a couple, 2 or 3 days, and they threw him out. Yeah, they threw him out.
He didn't want to get better, huh?
I said, well, what was wrong, Tommy? He said, they said I was feeling a girl's legs. Wondered. They have a bunch of people in there. He said he reached over and patted her on the leg and was telling me something. So I don't know, I just don't know. But anyway, well, we went down there and got him and brought him back. And
We're not going to take that with us.
but he's moved several times. No, Christmas time, last Christmas, he got so bent out of shape. Because I told him, I said,
Yeah, I got it. It's easy.
something.
Okay, no, I can't.
Let me see something.
No.
Going down the hill.
Going down this hill.
It wasn't a steep hill, but it was a hill.
And so, there was, the light was red.
Keep it still, can I?
And there was a car coming that way, and Uncle Phil had his foot on the brake.
Just like this, straight on us, nothing was happening.
Like this, and so Dad was hanging out the window, get back, get back, get back. Uncle Phil was over like this, get back, get back.
But the
The
thing is,
man on the car was
that
laughing.
man stopped and he laughed like
Yeah, he backed up. He done what you told me. He backed up. He just laughed and looked at him idiot stupid.
I said, okay, Phil, it's real simple. Country comes to town. Looked like a couple of hicks from way back.
He done wise for backing up.
He did.
Cause that truck, but that
That
load
was
going
not
like
going to
at a
stop.
square.
We didn't know way we could
I
stop.
couldn't stop. We was coming down a hill
No,
too,
back.
Joe.
No,
See,
back.
I had
You know how to do
about
the
10
in and
tons
out?
of coal
Yeah.
on that ton and a half.
It was bulging really.
Yeah, hit the bottom real fast going down the hill. The front end come off the ground.
We'll never forget that.
Now, what did you do at the intersection?
They rolled through it.
You ran through it? You ran the red?
We had no choice.
Had to go on.
That thing had
Jay was hanging out the window, go back, go.
Oh, I see. The other people coming the other way.
Oh, no, we was on a 4-lane road. We was all right. Except we'd go in this fella.
He was coming on
wanted
the
to come
side
across.
street.
Yeah.
Because he had the right of way, but he didn't because he had.
And Dad was waving his hat.
Yeah, no, I was all the way out there with it to the waist. Whoa. Get back.
Get back here.
Oh my.
One time there was Uncle Phil was going to pay his farm off,
Oh yeah.
and tell
Yeah, I went over there to the bank, got my money. I went to another bank and got some, and the girl made me out of cashier's check. I was gonna pay that farm off. Had to go to Camilla, Federal Land Bank. I had my little about 27, 28, 9,000. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, by my seat, sitting by me, and I kept the Big Star was over there, and I kept hearing that young'un blow the horn. I thought in the mama's car. Look like and while some old big woman come up by my window, had a little white cat. She says, "Can you drive?" I said, "What did you say?" She said, "Can you drive?" I says, "I most certainly can. Why?" She said, "Well, why don't you pull your truck out there? So you can go, just get over the line a little bit." I said, "You see all that traffic on Overthorpe going back there? I ain't gonna do that." She said, "Well, if you get out there, I said, "I tell you what, you get back in your car."
Can you drive?
I'll do my own driving. She's an old plumber. Well, it finally turned, and I turned, and she turned too, on Overthorpe, 4 lanes. That heifer, she was out there, and I passed her a little bit. And then she come by me, and I passed her again. Boy, I was mad as a wet setting. I went on to Camilla, and the bank was closed. I got closed for dinner from 12 to 1. And I asked that service station man, he ever heard of that before? That thing just dumbfounded me so bad, won't know could I drive. Want me to get out there in that 4-lane drive. I don't know if she's pretty ugly now.
Yeah, but
She's
Bill,
probably been driving a while.
she put an emphasis on that. Didn't she kind of say, "Can you drive?"
That's the way she does.
Yeah.
But all the time, Joe, I didn't know that was her behind me blowing the horn. I thought it was a kid in that parking lot over it. The mama left him in the car.
That was her the whole time.
It was her all the time. But see, the light did change twice, but I couldn't get out there. Because they was coming the other way, saying I wanted to turn them down. I couldn't do it. I don't have what she got mad.
No, this ain't new. This one I had more of that.
That's not what you had on yesterday.
Not yesterday.
Keep it on. It's not
No, I had more now.
It's getting worse.
But it was, the rain was
Huh?
It was cold weather, way.
Isn't that right, Aubrey?
No,
32 degrees.
you're right. I should have got some before this trip, but I didn't. The water doesn't come through.
I know that because trees only hit
The morning I left come here it was 41. The morning before that it was 32 degrees.
This year?
Huh?
Just recently?
My mom did a lot of good things.
32?
Friday morning it was 41, Thursday morning it was 32.
Oh, Virginia, Virginia.
And I ain't had to scrape frost off my windshield.
Oh.
Liz, you got a lap full, haven't you?
Always do.
More than a lap full.
Sometimes probably do it tonight.
My lap's full without anybody sitting there,
That's all right, you
unfortunately.
wouldn't have it any other way.
You know, Joe,
Let me get you on video.
I called town the other day when I
David, what do you wait for?
38 degrees.
Oh, didn't you see it on TV?
No, I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it.
No, there was someone, second inning.
That college making you tired. The college or the hour?
They're having snow. He said, Dad, what do you think we're having? He said, we've got a lot of snow already.
You wanna
Up
see
in
the
the
fun
mountains,
stuff.
they've had over a foot.
They shut down that freeway north of Denver for about 12 hours yesterday.
I saw the news last night,
Did you see
two
that?
places around Denver over there where they had 31 inches on one side of Denver, and the other one on the other side had 35 inches. Someplace up above them, I think it was, up in that area, they had 43 inches.
Yeah. No, that's a lot for this time of year, but when I was there,
Shows this hot harder, so I got out there, he says, drive the truck out. I said, I don't know if I can, it slowed you down. So I mashed the gas and it didn't move. I said, I don't think we're going anywhere. It was just a little small pickup truck. He said, oh, scoot over, Shirley, I'll do it. I said, well, do it, smarty. So he got into it. I said, how many tons did you get, Bob? He said, how much money you got in your checkbook? I said, I haven't got any. He said, Cheryl, how much money you got? I said, how much do you need? He said, I need enough to pay for 10 tons. I said, Bob, we're gonna have a hard time. I don't like driving like that, you know.
Well, the
He said,
front
oh,
end's
it'll
gone.
be fine, it'll be fine. I said, okay. So we get all.
What did you pay for the
get
car?
almost to Highway 59. And I hear something, and I told Bob, I said, something's not right. And I'm sitting on pins and needles anyway. And all of a sudden I heard something go thump. I said, Bob, I've even got a flat tire. And I looked out the window, I said, Bob, there goes our tire. He said, you're crazy, Shirley. I said, that time we hit the ground, it going, and I said, oh, Lord, help us, don't turn the truck over. We finally got it stopped. And when I chased that tire down, it was a mile down the road, and I went to pick it up, and I forgot it was hot. It burnt both insides of my hands. So I had to come back to the truck and get a towel, you know. And I said, I told you not to put 10 tons on that truck, hardhead. Well, surely any other time it's hauled it. I said, it's not in that good of condition. And I said, here we are, stuck out in the middle of nowhere. It's hot, and I'm thirsty, and I'm tired. And he said, and you probably gotta go to the bathroom too, don't you? I said, yeah, matter of fact, I do.
And then you can just go across
And
behind
I
the
said,
bush.
what are we gonna do? And it was a mile back down the road to our house. Luckily, some man come by. I said, aren't you gonna flag him down? No.
Did you get out and flag?
I said, I got out and flagged him down. He'd been drinking, you know, and I said, oh, Lord. And I said, sir, I said, would you mind if I give you the money, if you go back up here to this convenience store and call my son and tell him that me and his daddy is broke down on the side of the road, and if he would please come get us. He said, ma'am, I think that we can fix that tire. I want you to know, between the three of them, you old dummy, we got that tire back over. By the time we got it all done there was 7 cars on the side of the road. Where are y'all folks from? I said, Tallahassee. He says, well, honey, who had this much corn on you? I said, that man right there. He said, well, we're gonna help you get the tire on. It was 10 o'clock at night when we got home. Leisha and Amber was walking the floor. And I told him, I said, don't you ever ask me to go get no corn with you no more. Oh, hard-headed, see, that was a good one on Uncle Bobby. He always is right. Always. Well, I used to have her drink too. She said, every man for himself. Real good. So every man for himself had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You want us to pack, Grandpa, pack this in the box for y'all to take back?
Yeah,
You wanna
that would be
pack it, or
great.
you want to pack it in your bag?
I'll pack it in the bag.
That'll fit.
Okay, we've got, Joe, Texas A&M,
Hey,
that you have to
he's
have.
sitting right there.
Oh, what?
He doesn't hear it. He's talking over there.
I did hear something.
I saw that
We got you a new hat.
Oh, okay, all right.
You need.
Here, I'll go put this in the car.
They're gonna talk about you. If you leave, you better stay here.
No, go ahead, it's a lot of fun.
Better give it to him now.
Then we can talk.
We didn't hear it.
The heck you did.
Well, when you went to Cincinnati.
Did you hear what I said?
Here, I'll just take 2 rolls.
He heard Texas
No,
say
they're
your name.
yours. They're yours.
The name sounds real familiar, the last name mine.
Said Texas say your name. I like your hair, girl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, aren't you lucky? That's so you're lucky to have that curly hair. You're to have straight hair like mine.
And I'm not
Then
gonna.
you say, oh, I'm lucky.
And, you're gonna put this on your.
Say hi, David.
All right, when we go up, I'll bring it, okay?
Seriously.
Are y'all fixing to
I'm gonna get out.
Huh?
I'm gonna show my friends this.
Beth picks on.
Beth and I don't pick on each other.
No, I do not pick on
Aunt
her.
Doris said when she got home.
Okay, Beth. No
I know her hair's naturally
forgot it. Then Bob renewed the phone.
Hi, Antrell.
Oh, Lordy, honey, hey. You better aim that thing somewhere else. Blank. Now watch out, she's getting your picture. All your good shots. Show your good side. Show the good side.
That door. You hit that floor.
And the shower, the front door.
It's so clear you think
You look at it and it looks like it's open.
That's what I did. I went over there.
Down that John in there and see what's going on here.
I gotta pull the window out and come back in. In Mom's bedroom. As soon as I finished, I said,
Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I loosened it for you. Here comes the wind.
Where did David go?
They're coming running up there.
Oh.
She's just getting ready to go get them in the car.
Yeah.
They come by and they
It's getting dark out there. Look at that black cloud. How do I open the microwave? Where? This one?
You're standing in front of the video camera. Hey. You want to be that?
The girls are hungry. They need
Sorry, Megan. Tyler.
I never had one. Or you got any?
Tell these girls it's fine if I eat the bread. She's mad at you for
Bony legs.
more rocks.
Much bigger than mine.
Okay, once. Joe's awake, I know that.
Hers ain't much bigger than mine. She's talking about little bony legs.
There's Beth with
I
that
know it.
camcorder. Give me that stick, let me whip Beth. Yeah, picture of that trail, Beth. Let me whip Beth with this stick. Oh, y'all get in line.
Get in line,
I'm
kids.
in line.
We'll get over
I'm
there,
number
you be
one in
first for
line.
food.
No, I'm
I'm in line to win
in
that.
line to win Beth.
Rhonda's fixing her plate now. Y'all better get in line until you fix your plate.
I'm waiting.
That's the biggest laugh I've ever.
Well, where's Phil and Helen?
Here's all the food.
Yeah.
Good Southern cooking.
You move it. There, that's got it.
That's what we're having.
Yeah, it does. Chocolate. I'm gonna have to have this.
Smart girl.
Family size, everything. There's John.
And people think I got you.
Not very good mood as usual. Yeah, right. You walked over here. What are you talking about?
I just woke up.
You always just wake up awkward.
Here I go.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Beth, here's some things for
I don't know, I'll find it. There's Joe.
We're gonna go.
That's neat, Dave. Sissy's getting you, just turn around and grin. She's getting you, turn around and grin.
Beth. Oh, Beth, getting happy. Beth, getting happy. Look, Beth, get it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, get it. There it goes. Get it, honey.
Now, this is David's
Hold it
shirt.
out. You got
And this is the whole family,
There you go.
the grandma, and the grandpa, and the mama and dad, and David.
Makes a nice.
That was at his baseball banquet. And isn't it nice, Miss Beth?
It's nice.
Yeah.
I
Good
like
looking
it.
people, right, Beth?
Of course.
There you go. Now cut it off, Beth. That's right. Cut, Beth. Cut.
I'm getting into David's face on the thing.
Beth, you got enough. You're wasting film.
Okay.
Let's pick it.
There's a tornado watch right here in Georgia where we are. It's on the TV. And we're all done with dinner. Sorry.
I'm not interested. I'll tell Dad that too.
No.
Where are we at?
He's told me to
On the kitchen.
Give it to somebody else.
Joe, we do enough at the church. We do a lot of work in the church. We do give the church money. We give everything to the church. And we're gonna give. I'll make it about $1,800. I'm gonna give it to a little.
There's Megan. I'm gonna use her.
I'm not gonna give you.
Ours at home, dust comes down and it smells like, but now they sell little cages for it.
But Steve kept making fun of her the whole time.
Aww.
Fun of who?
You were there.
Grandma.
Yeah, the
Oh,
camera's
yeah.
still on.
Oh, sorry.
The floor.
Good home cooking breakfast.
That was good.
You missed the real good stuff.
You just kept cutting in and making this.
That's sad. See, that's what happens when you get old and
Yeah,
you keep
Chris.
cutting people down.
Chris Fife was rolling.
What happens? Remember that you turn into Steven. Hand me that napkin
Mom,
right there.
don't be rude. What is Steven watching today?
Yeah.
Well, then we'll watch
You
this.
gonna drink the juice, honey?
Still on.
Washing up.
Yeah, she is.
Still on.
Okay.
David, would you like some drink the juice? That'd be good. Okay.
I'm so full. I'm so
Baby, you want
bad.
the juice? I'll drink it.
Hi, Dad.
Hiya.
You know, that juice is never recording you. You want it? No, I'll be working.
No. Now, like you said, my hands is wet.
You know what? Let someone give me one.
Not on the video. We need a wet rag over here.
Get my side, my profile.
Are you done with your juice, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm done.
All right. Dad, this is not for recording. You don't have recording of us.
No, wait, like this. No, this is the inside. That's your bag.
Meg, you want the rest of these
Yes.
bags?
In 3D.
This side of your
Yes.
seat. No, you have not.
It is too. Somebody
First you
did,
said this side, then you said
somebody
this
did a
side.
clay model of my face.
Yeah, I bet.
You know what I noticed? That apple juice is good.
Daddy has.
And the one time? Yeah.
Mom,
We had 6 people.
stop making up things on the docket.
You were the food chairman for our church.
I'm trying my
There's a
best to make
funeral.
them up.
They do it different down there.
It's good looking.
Just dump them over all the time, right?
You only have to feed the family. No. And not very many people go to funerals.
Does it once in a while.
So it's our job to get food collected.
Yeah.
Take it and serve it. We had, the lady says,
Whoops.
first she said about 15, and then she said 25.
You never know.
Don't move it so
We had
fast.
6
Well, the best way they do it in North Carolina.
But I had, 3 of us were serving. There's just one little lady, she says, it looks like they could find a trash can.
Joe!
Oh!
I'm killing you now. I'm just killing. Oh.
They come up and said, take place on the house. She said, it looks like they could find a trash can.
I ain't believing you doing that, Joe. If you don't get out of here, you gotta get a dish rag.
All right, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
You did, baby.
My nice clothes. My nice clothes.
Well, I want to get Nettie from the front there. Working.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
He does, yes.
Dad, you're still recording, by the way.
Huh?
You're the camera, you're holding the camera, here walking.
You need to walk slower with it, because it's gonna make people dizzy on the TV.
Oh.
Now listen, he had it here on his side, walking.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna love watching that.
Yeah,
Just gotta push the red
some
button.
notes.
Just gotta push the red button.
That's right.
I'll interfere. insurance.
Your
You wanna go that way?
purple shirt the first time I wanted to borrow it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I hadn't even worn it yet.
So James asked me about it. I've never worn it.
And you always
Do that again. You did good that tournament, except for the last day. Huh? Oh, it's all right.
Where
I know you want to hear yourself on camera.
I want to see them.
It's recording, Dad.
Richard, is this the lead?
Okay, walk slow. What do you think of that flower, Maggie?
See, I've got
But whose song is who's that vibe? That song.
There's three of them. Who built everything? Can't give them those three big houses.
By Laura Smailes.
Yeah, one goes this way and one goes off this way. You can tell where these go, but they'll get moved.
Violet Zeppelin.
Oh.
And they said you play.
I like
You
them.
still
They're not
play
my
Led
favorite
Zeppelin 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
That CD just kept going. You just never like.
You know,
Oh yeah, that's yeah. In the morning, that's how she is. She turns it on. She never listens.
I don't turn it on.
Goes. Like I come home and it's
Look
I
at my
wish we had more of a widespan.
Oh.
That song was
Should I
like
call Mike now?
You
So
don't
I make
have
out with the
to
house?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
To his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he
That's
said
song.
if
It's called Wire
if he
Maker.
can, he'll go with us.
Okay.
He's got to have a look.
Why do you say that?
If you can't make it now, we'll get together later this afternoon.
All those tears I cried.
She wants to hear herself so loud on TV.
Oh. That'll take care of it.
They fold up the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice walking stick. You should go with one bad master thing with you.
That's how Elvis took his microphone.
Is this?
What?
That's how he did his microphone. He took his microphone.
Ew.
Elvis. He goes like this. He goes, baby,
Oh.
baby, baby,
What did you say, baby?
That's Led Zeppelin.
Is it?
Baby, 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 baby.
Elvis is part of Led Zeppelin, so that's why you brought it up.
No.
Elvis is one of
Baby,
the
baby,
players, huh?
Aubrey's.
Hey, Aubrey, look at me. There you go. Thank you.
Baby, baby, baby,
Be
baby.
quiet. Beth, be quiet.
Hey, sing
Beth,
some.
where's that car?
What's that?
Hey, David, look at me.
You know, since billions of songs started.
20 years ago today, Sgt. Pepper's on.
It's called Beatles, not Led
Do you
Zeppelin.
guys
I
like
know,
that
I know.
Chumbawamba song?
What?
Do you guys like that
Chumbawamba
Chumbawamba?
song was the #1 in Germany when I was there.
Oh, Chumbawamba was on this.
Everybody likes it in
You
Utah.
got the whiskey drink, you got the coffee drink,
But I get up again.
you got the cider drink. The song that you
Never
went to
heard of
bed
it.
time.
They sing in German.
No.
No, it was the
It's kinda-
#1
it's
song
English.
So
on
ugly.
MTV in Germany.
On MTV in
MTV
Germany.
in Germany.
On
when I was there. You got
How about
August.
this? 24 years
Got
ago,
cider.
20 years ago
Song
today.
to my-
Oh,
Is that-
Sgt.
is-
Pepper's on the band to
song
play.
that reminds you of bedtimes.
Is that pretty popular? Or do you guys like listen to it over there? You don't know.
You have a toothpick in your mouth.
It's on 92.7.
It's okay.
David,
Your
it's on
teeth are getting so
92.7.
far apart, dude.
It's okay.
Oh, I talked to Dr. Bruno about your teeth.
I'll skip braces.
To make an appointment in December.
Hey, why don't you?
It's on 92.7.
Is he on your
I've only had
insurance
braces
and I'm not?
twice.
Correctamundo.
I want
What
you
do
to
you
do
do?
because I need a new retainer.
You want to come out in December too? We'll
How'd you
do
do
it.
Well, I have an appointment actually in
Why? So
Utah
addicted.
on November 11th to get an
I think he took them
impression.
off too earlier.
Cool. That's
But
probably
wait.
better. They
Some
probably
of
have to
mine
do
do.
that at Dr. Bruno's, and then you have to make an appointment some weeks later, so you might as well do it there.
I got you.
Call cousin Mike.
No, it's
We're
on.
going. Yeah, we're
How much is it gonna be?
God.
I'll help
A
you.
whole new retainer?
I'll help
Okay.
you. Find out how much it's gonna cover
Because
first.
first of all,
Like
it's
a
your
sergeant
fault.
arm.
It doesn't fit me anymore.
No,
You
it's
told me to
not.
get out of the water.
Yeah, but not that hot.
Okay, y'all
It
ready?
wasn't that hot.
For Dad, there's still something. He wears it
It's
weird.
just like hot under the faucet.
This is how Dad wears it. Her good
Daddy's there.
Get Aunt Hetty. She's got her dress
You told me to
ready.
boil
Get Aunt
water.
Hetty, okay?
No, you
Aunt
boil
Hetty.
water, put it in the water.
She's around here. Come around here. And then let's go, cause we wanna go, okay? She's around there. Get her. She's right over there. Get Uncle Rich. Get in here. Man, right here. Yeah. Flip over and get her.
like it. You think it's me, Grandpa?
Just look at her. Oh, I'm telling you. Let me give her this rag ready.
She's gonna hit you with a dish rag, gotta cut it off.
I told everybody we're eating lunch out. We don't know where we're eating lunch.
She's so ugly.
We think we'll just eat at lunch out in McDonald's.
Okay, fine, well, we're coming back, we're going.
David.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to spend it all before I go. Right? We're spending all our money before we go.
I don't know what I'll do. I'll get my people.
We are in a cemetery.
You always get one.
Yeah.
That's all right, she's learning.
Bad luck, man. I got 10 years of bad luck.
Okay, can you get this one, honey?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Where
Did
do
you
you
get?
have all these pictures of these?
I don't think you did.
Oh, yeah, I got
Now
it.
this is another mama.
Beth, no.
Wait a minute, this is another mama's grave here.
Here,
Beth,
Megan,
hold
I
on,
got it
Beth,
next.
Beth, I got it.
Megan,
Okay, you can
Dad
do.
said I got it next.
Okay,
You
now,
know, Dad said I did.
No, hold on, Beth. Beth, I'll give it to you later.
No, not later.
okay, and that's my daddy's grave right there, and that's my grandpa Carter, the one they were talking about. And this is my papa and granny. This is.
Hey, here you go. Fine, take it. You're in charge of it.
I'm glad I swallowed my pride when they got my jacket. This is Big Papa. And this is this is actually Grandma.
Right here. Grandma.
Stepmother. I remember.
Fine lady out there, Mamie. Miss Mamie.
I remember when I came out of church. I remember sure would not be satisfied. Had to carry on that moment. Yeah, make sure, yeah. Randy. Grandma.
Do you want me to stop recording now?
Stop? Oh, yeah.
We're seeing Grandma and Grandpa's old church. Shut up, David. Here we go. Thank you.
So we bought it. And this is the alien corner right here. The alien corner around here, all the older men sitting here. That's a Sunday school. Now, we go back here, and we have to pay for we gave $1,000 on it. Back here is the fellowship hall.
Get behind him.
Horrible record.
No,
I can't believe I did that. God, I love
You
it.
made a record?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
recorded an album one time. It was horrible. Oh, man.
I'll give you one.
Oh, don't.
You got a whole bunch of them, do
Don't.
you?
Lord, I need you beside me. That's what I can't remember.
I've got the music to
That's
that
what's
one.
good. Some of the older people turn around and go, who is that young idiot behind me back there?
That's what those
Corner
pews
there's
are
the
over
alien
there. You
corner.
saw it over in the other one?
That's the amen corner.
amen corner.
That's the amen corner.
It's
an
very
honor to be
unofficial. I mean, it's just where some of the older men sit.
3 years ago,
We
they
call
were
it
saying
amen
amen all over the place.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they're hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
That,
Amen.
Most of the Baptist churches are a little
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
low key. We call them basically they're dead.
Recording.
You know, wake 'em
Really
up.
dizzy.
You know.
Well, over here was, as I remember, Mr. Egg.
There, and this was it. And then they added on to this, and then they added on the social hall, but this was the back. When we added on back here, the wood was still back there, but this church, this was it, just a square building.
How about the partitions? Who sits behind these partitions?
They use those for Sunday school rooms, and then if they have big crowds, they open them up.
This is where I was baptized.
Yeah.
No, Dad, we
No.
baptized Isabel.
I thought.
Yeah, cause we didn't have
We
this
went to
built.
church here, but they had to we didn't have it.
We didn't build it then.
We were baptized in Isabel.
No,
I've always thought it was here.
no,
Well, they didn't have it, so
Well, it couldn't have been. could it?
they didn't have it.
no, we didn't have, we built that up.
Yeah, Preacher Bass baptized
Yeah,
it.
so we built that after he was here. That was just a wall, and we just kinda ad-libbed.
Yep, that's.
Now, who sits in the back pews? The choir? or-
Choir.
Okay. And,
Going so believing.
Do that ceiling thing.
Yeah, same fans have been here a long
Been
time.
here a million years. It's
Yeah.
like the old country church one time, they wanted to vote. The church, the lights were all terrible, you know, and they couldn't see, it was dark. So one guy made a motion, he says, well, I'll make a move that we buy some chandeliers for the church. And one old deacon, he stood up, he said, well, I've listened to all this talk about the chandelier, and I'm gonna tell you something. He said, first of all, can't nobody spell it, so we don't know how to order it out of the catalog. And second of all, I'm not gonna vote to buy no chandeliers as bad as we need lights in this church. A little misunderstanding there amongst the deacons. That's a joke.
He set the record.
Anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yes, for you. I bet.
Do it good. You're on tape, Laura. Men in black.
Hey, where's zoom in on this?
I'm right there at your finger.
Yeah, let's get it on the camera.
Don't even throw it.
Just hit her. Go get her, Beth, go get her. Throw it, Beth, throw it. Oh no! You okay? David, get her back! Ooh, Beth's hot from that long run. Oh gosh. Make Beth, you're getting it.
It's too easy to shake this camera. Go apologize.
Go give her a hug and a kiss. Come on, Beth.
Megan always ends up crying.
It's raining, look.
Makes her get up and pound her.
Beth? Hit her, Megan, hit her! You get back over here if you don't be nice to her. Megan, hit her hard! I guess it's gonna start hitting her.
You need to tape grandma talking.
Okay.
Tape grandma talking slowly.
She grew up here?
Yep, this is the house she grew up in.
The front room was a plunder room, and we had 2 bedrooms on the other side. Oh, go, I don't think it. No, I'm like, well, I don't know if you can get in. You can go.
Be careful, that's a rotten wood in there. Yeah, that's right.
Be
Watch out.
careful,
Look on
Laura.
the ground. It could be.
We can get out of the way.
Kinda cool weather, they don't come out until it's hot.
Oh, okay. Snakes don't like it cold, for your sake. Meg, that's rotten.
I wouldn't climb up on it if I would.
Yeah.
It's a really old shoe.
How old? Remember, you're really young. Old, you could be 20.
Yeah, I'll be real careful there, 'cause I wouldn't trust it.
So this is the kitchen back here, huh?
Huh?
That was the kitchen right there.
This is the kitchen.
Isn't it neat? Look at those walls, how the tongue and groove plank. See the walls they make? The tongue and groove like to make your floor.
Right back here.
This would probably be it.
Yep.
Okay, now when Dad falls, remember we all told him not to. So.
Megan, honey, don't you try it.
I mean, she's the lightest.
She'll be the
She's
lightest
probably
one
the
that
only
should survive.
She's the only one that should be in there. Here,
Should I go in there?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah, this is the kitchen.
Chair.
Walk in here.
Since I have my 200 pounds, I don't want to cave it in for everybody.
No, actually, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that door out. I mean, look at that.
Here, I'm Stephanie.
You notice how they made that door?
Fireplace.
There's a fireplace over here too.
Is there?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, the older you get, I don't know why I'm just fascinated with this.
Oh, I just love it.
I mean, with history and stuff, I don't know, they just,
Yeah.
I know it don't mean nothing to my kids now, but
It's neat.
it didn't mean one time, but it does now.
What is this chair, Mom? Mom, look.
God, I'm telling you, it's like any boat that just got built.
Hey, Dad, come here,
Fascinated
look.
with all this old history stuff.
Dad, look at this
Feel a lot.
chair.
Do you think this was an original chair?
Oh my goodness. Save that, Mom.
Take
I
a
would
picture.
say that, man. Take it with
Did
you.
you say that, Mom?
Yeah, take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. That's the cover here.
We're gonna take it with us today.
Wow.
Take a picture of it still.
Oh, right there.
Can we set it against something?
Get near it, I'll take a picture with it. You get Megan with that, Beth?
Yep, I already did.
Thank you.
Pretty day.
Here, wait, come here now.
It's like one night.
Fred.
That's how they borrowed it.
Put a,
Just a board. Just a board. It's a board lock.
Get that on your video, Bess. That's the door lock.
This is how they
They
put
shut the door
they
and
put
just
a
put a bar.
board right there.
And see how they would turn this.
Oh yeah, lock it. That's a deadbolt.
Just look how, I'm just fascinated.
Look, wait, bottle cap.
Yeah,
Turn the door.
There's a teeny little room over
there's
here.
a little closet.
Bottle cap, turn the door. Oh, here's the deadbolt, Laura. Here's the
I
deadbolt.
just want to see what I need to get the door.
It has one on each side. You put a board here and then you
I'm sitting
bolt
now,
it.
arrested for speeding.
Bottle
But I
cap
tell
for
you
a
what,
door
if
knob.
you wait much longer though, well, you don't ever know these phones. They'll come along here, they'll pull up this thing in a heartbeat. Yeah, they really. I am too.
Are we sure we have some?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. This is it though, because there really wasn't but one place.
All the pretty cotton. Cotton. Sorry it's so shaky. It's really windy. Pretty cotton. Georgia. That's what mostly all looks like, just cotton fields. A lot of trees.
Sold it back to the people who bought it from for $3,500. Yes, we did. Didn't ask me.
Oh, didn't ask
I
anybody.
would've bought it.
Good. There we go, huh? Pretty, isn't it?
To me, love, and tell me, how do I live without you? But breathe without you. If you'd ever go, how do I ever see? You're on TV, we're on Candy Camera. How do I live? How do I live? How do I live without you? How do I live without you? Without you, baby.
Number one CD in the free.
Dun 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 dun. Okay, who knows the words? Dun 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 dun. Do a little fun dog. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Choo choo. Look, Beth. You better run. You better run. You better take a run. Yeah, that's incredible. Let go. She started it. She started it. Ow,
Wall Street today. What a day. Trading was stopped on the New York Stock Exchange
Laura's
for the
teeth
first
are
time in
yellow,
history
and her
today.
face is crusty
They
the
started trading
clown.
again and decided that wasn't such a good idea and shut the whole thing down.
We're gonna go see that area? That's the swamp right down in there.
Make sure not to get eaten by an alligator.
It could be.
Could be. Yeah. Well, they found one in the pump over here. So that's the likely place for him to be.
Why are we going there then?
Huh?
Why are we going there?
Just look at it. It's neat.
I don't want to get eaten.
No.
They don't attack boats, do they?
Huh?
They don't attack boats as long as they're going along.
No, they don't.
What do you think of these cypress trees? Nice.
Something?
Yeah.
How deep is it out here? Pretty deep?
I don't know. Look at the slope. I don't think it's deep. Probably deep is 10 feet. I'd say right here, probably maybe 2 feet, 3 feet. There is fish in here, though. That's for sure.
Neat though, I like it.
Take a picture of yourself.
You
Say
want
hi,
to?
Mom.
Everybody get over there.
Oh,
Dad,
There's
huh?
a shotgun shell. What are they shooting at out here?
Probably alligators.
There's one right there too.
The water's really flowing in there. Where does it go? See how it goes this way?
She might have stuck over here.
That's for sure. There's not much left over.
No.
Not at all.
Huh? This was taken right outside Joe's. I mean,
That was right.
Dad,
in
you
the
were a
park.
little hefty
That was
there.
right over at Phil's.
Yeah, you were a little hefty, right? Yeah.
That was March 1994.
Yeah, Dad was a little hefty.
I ran him in.
Well, it's still, that house still has an appeal to it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does.
Every once in a while I go by there and bring back all them memories.
You still wait though too.
I bring back some of them.
You're a patient lady. You know, whenever Phil was overseas, they lived there. Papa and Granny lived there when Phil was overseas.
Did they?
I'd get on the bus and Papa would meet me up there.
Up at the
I'd
Moultrie Highway.
spend the weekend with him.
Was that Brooks Road at that time? Brooks Road? You turn
No,
off
they
of
didn't
Evergreen?
have no names.
We didn't name them then. You just knew you go down there and turn right and turn left.
But it's been all, they all named down there now, but they didn't used to be
Oh,
named.
no. Well, you say, you go by Sam Grubbs' place.
Yeah.
The Hasty
Everybody
House.
knew
Hasty
where
Hasty House is just falling down.
Yeah.
Now what's that house on the next corner? Right around from the house that you used to live in the summer, who we just looked at today. There's another house around the next corner before you get out to
Okay,
the road.
that's the Potts boys made that house.
Oh, did they?
I mean, they built that
Oh,
house.
that's old.
Okay, huh?
Yeah, that's old.
What's
That's,
that?
He's talking about the Hasty House.
The Hasty House
Oh.
when you made curd?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the Hasty House.
Okay.
And that house used to be nice. They had a big front porch on it. And this little trot right here, the kitchen was back here like in the colonial days.
Yeah.
You had to walk through there to the kitchen.
Mhm.
And the kitchen was separate.
Oh, I see.
Cause
Yeah.
case fire,
Yeah.
the whole thing went
Yeah.
burned down.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Aunt Nettie's house was kind of like that, only it was all connected.
Well, Aunt Dubby's used to be that way.
Yeah.
Aunt Dubby and Uncle Wood, where
Yeah.
the McCartys lived.
Yeah, yeah.
You had that walkway to the kitchen
Yeah.
back there.
The cat
Come on down, sit down, bud.
No, we got to go. Ron.
Where you
got-
going?
Oh.
We got to go home. Rhonda's got to have her shower and do her hair. She got
I
to
gotta
go
get ready to go to
We
work
gotta-
in the
we gotta
morning.
follow you.
Huh?
We gotta get a backpack out of
Yeah.
the car.
Oh, okay.
David's backpack's in
Well, you must have shared bedrooms because there weren't enough bedrooms for everybody.
Where was that?
That house we looked at today.
Yeah, wasn't nobody me and Papa and Granny.
Oh, okay.
I had my bedroom between the kitchen and theirs and Papa and Granny. Then we had company, that bedroom on the other end, that was for company.
Yeah,
And
that
then it
was,
had another little room on the side of it too.
Yeah,
Well, when you
back-
stayed,
that's a wonder room, Hazen.
well, when you stayed there in the summer,
Well, in that
That
We
case,
slept in that room
you guys
next
can
to
come
Papa
home
and
anytime
Granny.
you want to.
and where was Papa and Granny's room?
That was
Where the
tongue
fire
and
was.
breeze.
Oh, okay.
Tongue and
Yeah.
Ready? Okay.
I built it.
I wanted the
all
one that
back.
laced all the way
Well, I
up the
built
back.
a ladder.
That
I
was
built 10 roofs, and then I fixed the inside like I wanted.
I think
You
so.
know, like
The
for
outside,
Sweet
that's
County
what it looked
area,
like.
all the
I'd have
moms
the
come
porch in
together
front.
with the prom dresses and bring all the girls on Saturday.
Except none of the girls want to give up their
Well, I sure would. I mean, we'll never sell
None
our
of the girls pay for
I
them.
mean,
It's the
paid
moms
for
that
them,
pay for
so
them.
1970s.
It just ain't
Tell the
people
kids
that
that old
sell.
houses.
Weddings were
We
all
smoked. I made a mantle out of that for
That's
church.
why
Now.
we're trying to redo the inside.
So I shall take some more.
I'm gonna have mine so
She's very
elaborate.
simple.
Yeah.
Square nail.
Hell, we better go to the house.
Well, that's saturated.
on sale, I paid $89.
Maybe that.
This campus bicycle.
Campus campus behind it.
Well, the Nazis don't sing and dance.
Megan, don't film on TV. Turn it off.
Unbelievable.
We don't watch this to watch TV.
Dad, stop.
Turn it off. We don't. Megan, we can watch it anytime. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Smailes ain't Shirley. She wore Bubby out. I'm gonna tell another mama on you. I don't care. Pow, pow, pow. She,
I'll tell him about the time your
I
mama
don't know
knocked
where.
your dad in the head with a
Ain't
stick of
trails
wood.
there. But she wore Bubby
I'll
out.
tell him about the time your mama knocked your daddy in the head with a stick of wood.
My mama was something else.
She was.
She had to roll him up in the sheet and beat him with a broom too.
Yes, sir. With a belt, with his own belt.
With his own belt.
Yes, sir.
Come in drunk, she rolled him up in the sheet where he couldn't get out and threw him up.
Kept messing with her, you know. and
Just
kept
caught the
messing
sheet
with
and kept rolling it. He couldn't get out, he's all
He
over
kept
the
telling and said, Mom get mad, boy, she talked bad.
She called him Bud. Didn't call him Bud.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy or Bud?
Bud. She said, you best go on and go to bed now, before I whip you, you know. Well, he let out his god-awful words, you know, he couldn't whip me and everything, you know. He said, I'll show you. She didn't mess with him. He went to bed, she covered him up and just tore his butt up with his own face.
Rolled him up in the sheet.
And the next morning he said, oh my God, man, he said, somebody whipped me. I was just sore all over. She said, you had a whipping. He said, what do you mean? She said, don't ever tell me I can't whip you.
She was. Liz, I wish you could have met her because she just was a jewel. I mean, just a jewel.
She's about as tall as your daughter and him.
I know, she's as tall as Aubrey.
Aubrey is built.
I know.
Yeah.
She was wearing a dress one Sunday and Lorraine goes, she's looking at her
She-
back,
she's
she goes,
built
you're
just
built just like my mother.
She
Look
really
at
is.
that.
It's really scary. She is.
Yeah. But she doesn't have her bust line though, so that's kind of good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Big, big.
But now Mama was, people had to see that. Daddy just flop it over in that chair, you know, when she
Ran back
just
like that.
whap, she ain't even
Inside
know.
the head and pew.
She was putting the wood in the stove and he just kept on him and she was putting this wood in, she had one in this hand and he was just picking up, she whap. And we just thought she'd killed him, you know.
Did he go backwards over in the chair?
Yeah.
What, did he lay there a while?
No, he looked up at her and he said, ah, God, Ma, I think I'll go to bed. She said, ah, God, I reckon you ought to. Went to bed.
Oh,
Now, Daddy, did she rule the roost or was it Claire, the dad?
Well, he knew just how far to go. If she ever told him, she said, now, I mean, shut up and leave me alone. He knew he'd better. He whipped me one time. I was mean. I ain't lying to you. I was mean. And
I got one of those.
He told me,
That's not what
I forgot. He'd whipped me about something and he'd whipped me 2 or 3 times. But he used to not whip Hazel. He wouldn't whip Hazel, but he'd tear my butt up. So it made me so mad. He had this old razor strap, this straight razor. And he hung out there and he whipped me with it. And I thought to myself, just hang it up there and leave and you'll never hit nobody else with it. I cut it in little squares with his straight razor about like this and stacked it right down there, 3 piles right under it, and laid his straight razor on it. This was Saturday evening, on top of it. Sunday morning he went out there to shave to go to church. There it was. He didn't say a word. He said, I God, Ned, I know you done it. I said, I reckon I did. I told you wouldn't ever hit me with it again. He whipped me so hard with a peach tree switch. He killed that peach tree that year. Was getting switches. Till Mama told him, said, you're not going to hit her again. He was trying to make me say I'm sorry. I said, I would die and go to hell before I say I'm sorry. Well, I'm just going to whip you for saying that too. Well, he whipped and he whipped. I wasn't about to say I'm sorry. So finally, Mama come out there and said, well, don't hit her another lick. Now, Now, Mamie, don't mess with me. She said, if you hit her again, she said, I'm gonna wear that peach tree switch out on you. Said, I don't want you hitting her again. Just laid it down. And he said, but you gonna mind me? I said, mm-hmm.
Tell them about the time y'all went to town, y'all went fishing.
Oh, we went, Mom and Daddy went to town, and us youngins very seldom ever got to go to town. We lived way back in the woods at the end of the road, way back in the woods at the end of the road. And we thought they ought to come back, you know, in a little while. Well, they didn't. So we decided we'd go fishing. Well, we didn't have no fishing poles, so we went down there. We dammed up the little old creek down there and muddied it and got us some fish out. We brought them to the house. We had a water bucket full. Well, we knew we had to scale them, but we didn't know that you had to gut them. So we scaled them all. They was about like, the biggest one maybe was that long.
Red eyes.
But we scaled them all, just a whole bucket full of them. And we knew how to cook them because we salt, peppered them, and milled them, you know, and fried them. We had 2 or 3 big old platters full of fish, and we done eat. When we got through cooking them, you could just eat everything, you know. They were so little. There wasn't no bones, they was all crispy. And we saved Mom and Daddy some. When they got there, we told them, said, come on, we saved you some fish, you know. We was proud of ourselves. Well, you know, Mom and Daddy never said a word. They sat down and eat them fish. And it was a long time before we knew that you're supposed to cut fish.
Well, we need sardines, you eat the whole thing.
But we ate them fish, all of us did. Mom and Daddy sat down and eat fish. We had fish and fried potatoes and cornbread. And we cooked enough. They had some too. We saved it for them. And they sat down and ate it. Never said a word. Never let on that we supposed to gut them fish and nothing. Well, if we'd have got them, we wouldn't have cut the heads off. We wouldn't have done nothing. We cooked heads and all. The little rascals weren't about that long. We eat them. Didn't hurt us. Didn't hurt us.
Y'all worked hard for those fish.
I'm
didn't you?
telling you. We had to crawl all in that mud hole and get them fish. I'm telling you, yeah.
How fun.
Didn't y'all stay at the house there at Gordy one time? The big house, right?
Yeah.
I showed them the girls today, but it's been re-sided, but it's the same house, same spot, his old house.
Old, it was,
They lived in there, because they come down to the pond, to the pool I was telling you about. That's where they learned to swim.
in a
baptizing pool. They put wood walls in it, and it came out of the side of the mountain. Ice cold water. And that's where everybody got baptized. That's where they learned to swim at. About big as this table, a little bit bigger. About that big.
And I never will forget one time I had a carbuncle on my backside right here. Mom said, you can't go swimming now. Wasn't no way she's gonna keep me out of that water and all the rest of them going, because that thing was huge, you know. And she'd been doctored, but she couldn't get the head to come out of it. So I said, well, I'll just walk down there with her. She knew I was gonna get in that water. But anyway, you had to sit down on the side of it, you know, and slide down it, because it was so cold you couldn't stand it, you know. Slide down in it. Well, I slid across that carbuncle and drug that off, and that big old core came out of it and left a huge hole in there, and I just swim right on. One ain't had blood poured, ain't even hurt me. Got back to the house, I told Mama, I said, well, Mama, you know, I soaked in that water. Well, it done me good. Said, I got that thing out. She was so worried, you know. She got down there and got her plasters and stuff, and she washed it out, and she put homemade medicine and stuff on it. It was all right. Didn't hurt me no more. But yes, sir, I slid down in there. Man, it come right across. That board just raked right across.
I said, it was about a mile.
What was it?
About a mile and a half in the wall.
Carbuncle.
It's
like a rising.
It's worse than a rising. A carbuncle, it gets deep, you know. You can have
like a boil?
Yeah, you can have it.
I had on my neck, probably.
You can have it, and it's right up toward the top of the skin. But a carbuncle, what they call a carbuncle, gets way down in there. Most of the time, you have to go and have it lanced. Well, we were so poor, we was out in the country, you know.
The doctor said, on
doctorate.
And
Mama had, I guess, her doctor had drawn it up to the top, or else that scrape across that board wouldn't have got it out.
You can see the lead of my hand.
But it was left a huge hole there. But,
People used to have them on, but they
she
don't have
doctored
them
me,
more like that.
I got all right.
You know what? I'm susceptible to those too, because I had one behind the ear.
See, I had one on my neck. I got a hole in my neck now.
Yeah, I still
He's
have.
got a couple of holes.
And David,
Right
my
there.
son David has the same
Sure
problem.
do.
That's
Well,
why
you
he cut
know,
it.
it's,
He had one cut here.
Farmers used to have them.
They had the lancet out.
yeah,
They-
well, what
What do they call it? The
the,
dirt get in there, and that's what they say call it. Stopped up the sweat gland.
Yeah, and it grows. It
I was
gets
so
so big.
stupid, I went by in uniform one day, and Donna looked at it, oh yeah, there won't be no problem. He said, lay down right here, laid me down, put a little towel there. And the thing was so sore, it felt like it was that big around.
Yeah,
The base of it was like that big around. He took a needle and stuck the needle in.
and you know how they'll have cooking lard, and y'all don't know how, but cooking, Mike probably does. And anyway, it gets to cooking too
We
fast,
did the hard
they
killing
pull the coals out from under it, you know, and so it won't cook too fast. But anyway, I was waltzing around there and plopped down on one of them red coals. Ooh, man, that thing like
You
to
got
have
it?
killed me.
Did it light you up?
Woo! But it got infected and it just healed, but not inside. Man, I had the awfulest thing you ever seen in your life. And finally, Granny told Papa, said, you're just gonna have to take her to the doctor. So Dr. McCoy, I think, was
Yeah.
in Sylvester.
Dr. McCoy delivered. He was one delivering.
Now, man, he didn't believe in deadening nothing. No, they had anything to deaden it
He
with.
didn't want to grab me by the head, but it was forceps. Mama told me that.
Well,
I had
you
to stay in the
just
hospital.
strapped you down on the table with my bare butt hanging up there, and he strapped me down. And Papa said, and Granny said, I bet you they heard her hollering 2 miles away. And said, I wasn't very old either. Said she was saying words that sailors don't say. Said, I don't know where she heard them words. I said,
No wonder you turned out me.
She said she was just raising sand. And I told and said, when I got up from there, said, well, I'll tell you one thing, when I grow up, I'm gonna kill you. Said, you have just about killed me, and when I grow up, I'm gonna kill you. Papa said he was never so outdone in his life. Said, I just looked at him and said, I'm gonna tell you one thing, you just about killed me, and when I grow up, I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, Nettie, did you
That
ever,
whole thing
did you ever know that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, did you ever see or know, didn't Papa used to talk fire out of people?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard this?
No.
Tell Liz about
Yeah.
that. Now, it's the
When
same.
you get burned.
Oh, we will.
Y'all gone? Yeah. Bye, I'll see y'all next time around.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let the dog bite you.
9 o'clock.
Be here by 9 o'clock.
We're gonna try to leave by 10.
Tell them I cook, hey,
Bye, y'all.
tell them I cook them a pot of grits to get the butt on up
We
here.
were just talking about you, how you same height as another mama.
What's her real name?
Mamie.
I went up there. Y'all have a good trip.
Mary Rebecca.
I cannot hear.
Mary
They call her
Rebecca.
Mamie, but it's Mary Rebecca.
Mary Rebecca.
Sign language?
A lot of them call them Miss C.
Tell Liz about talking fire out now.
But now, I don't know
This is
what
Papa
he did.
Phil.
I don't know what he did, you know. But you could just be burning real bad, you know. And he would do something and rub his hands on it and it quit burning. And it wouldn't blister up either.
Papa Phil Herring. He would talk the fire out. And more,
He had that power.
Lamar Potts and Betty Potts, they still live down there. They're, when Papa was still living there with Grandma, that little girl they had got burned on the space
Oh, that
heater.
kind of burn, yeah.
Yeah, got burned on the
Yeah,
space
yeah.
heater. And they didn't carry her to the doctor. They carried her to Papa Phil. And he taught the fire out of it. And they went back home.
Did you show that George truck?
Yes.
And Grant,
Would he touch it? Would you touch it or?
yeah, he would touch it, you know.
Yeah, that was Papa's truck.
And
I told him,
He come flying in down there.
I was wearing my
I'll be down there with Danny over down. He flying in down there, buddy, make that turn come in and hit straight through that garage. And boy, I tell you, didn't slow to go away. I don't what kept in the whole back of that thing out. Come through Sylvester, never stopped at the first red light. He couldn't do
Nobody
it.
better not mess with him. One man when Hudson was sheriff up there. I went to town with Papa one day to pay his light bill. And I told him, I said, before we got to the red light, you know, I said, now Papa's got to stop at this red light. What for? I said, cause Papa, the light's red and these other people is gonna go. I don't see nobody through that red light. Well, he almost hit this man coming this way. And so the man was so upset, he went up to the sheriff's office and told him. And we described him to him. He said, well, it's a good thing you didn't hit him. He said, what are you talking about? Said, he run the red light. I did. He said, yeah, but that's Mr. Herring, and you don't mess with him. And Mr. Herring just, if he wanted to stop, most of the time the lights would be green. But this time it was red, and I said, Papa, you got to stop at this light now. It's red. What for? I said, cause it's red.
He sat on the back steps with his,
Mine moved so quick once
yeah, corn cob pie.
and that little Jack dog sitting right beside him.
And
That's the one that, when I moved, me and Nettie moved down there with my mama when he died. We moved down there with her, and I worked at the welding shop. He worked at aircraft. And one night he was cold, man, he was cold. Like the wonderful last year. We set it in the mama's big kitchen, and I feed Jack cheese. About 4 ounces a pound of cheese. He loved that cheese. He had to go outside, so I let him outside there. About 5 minutes I heard the big dog out there, and Miss Baby said, Lord, something else, Jack. Well, I done pull off my work boots, you know. Them with the hooks on top, you know. I had to throw one on and throw the other. And we got to the top step, and them hooks hooked together, and I went face first, boom, just like that.
He just dived out there.
Like somebody snatched my feet out from under me.
I just like to have died. I just died of laughing.
I'm sure it was funny to Richard at the time.
Mama come to the door and scared the dog off. He went, wah, you know. And Mama come to the door, and I would just, I hold him my sides. I would just, he was off, he was funny looking, you know. Just got to the door and just dived out there in the yard, you know.
Them hooks couldn't hook no more.
He said, I reckon you'd laughed if killed me, you know. I said, well, I would have tried not to, but then I just busted out laughing. And every time I thought about that for a long time, they were getting to the back door and just diving out into the yard. That's what it looked like he done, just dived out in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't hardly stand it. But Mama said, Mama, ain't you made Mama mad because I laughed.
You know, Papa, Big Papa, he would not, when they added the bathroom in the house, he wouldn't use it.
No,
He went out
sir.
back to the outhouse.
He told us
He was
whenever,
supposed to eat in the house and outside.
Yeah.
he told us, that's what he told us too.
He wasn't using door plumbing.
And us girls dug that.
What was the rationale for
He
that?
didn't have one. He'd always went outside.
We had to keep that outside.
He
We
was
was,
supposed to eat in the house and outside.
Oh, okay.
he was digging,
Okay,
we was
net.
digging that septic
On
tank.
them.
Email.
Yeah, email.
And he didn't, he wouldn't let us, he wouldn't let nobody come up there and dig the septic tank. And we told him, said, well, we'll pay somebody to dig it, and he wasn't gonna have it, you know. So we dug it. We dug the septic tank. We'd dig a while, we'd rest a while. We dug that septic tank. And put the bathroom in there. He didn't want the bathroom in there, therefore he wasn't gonna let us dig up his yard. Nobody dig up his yard. That was a waste of money. He just tried everything. But anyway, he wouldn't keep us from digging it, but he wouldn't let nobody else do it. So we got the bathroom, got it put in there and everything, and it was good for Granny, you know, when we had.
It was good for everybody.
When Granny,
Yeah.
it was, you know, we really needed it when Granny got sick,
Yeah.
you know, it was good. We really needed it when Granny
Well,
got
it was
sick.
time for it anyway. I mean, it was.
But,
What year was this?
I don't know.
Oh, in the 50s.
In the 50s.
I was probably about 10.
I don't
So
know.
probably about 1958 or 60.
So me and Nettie got married in
80 or
'66.
But I don't remember what year it was, but we struggled, you know. Papa, every time we'd want to do something to make it easier, you know, he wasn't having none of that.
No.
Wasn't having none of that. But,
I remember drawing the water. When
And
we
we
go down there
tried-
to eat, had the long thing.
I remember knowing, yeah.
Pull it up out of that well and draw the water and then put it down in the bucket and it
Yeah.
would release it.
I
yeah,
Then you
remember
carry
we
the bucket
tried
in, had
our
a long
best to get
tube.
him to let us put a pump in that well.
Yeah.
No, sir.
that. No.
Didn't do that.
No, sir.
Take water in the house.
And we bought Mama these cabinets, you know, that, you could just buy the cabinets, you know, with the
Never
sink
used
setting in it, you know?
Metal.
And, we didn't have no, we run it right under the house and right outside under the house and dug a drainage ditch, down through there, and she planted flowers
Yeah, put
on the,
flowers.
on the side of it, you know?
It was like
And-
that when he left the house.
Did he accept that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but he didn't want it. He didn't want it in there. And when we got, when Laureen bought Mama, was it gas stove or electric stove she bought? Electric.
No,
Electric
gas.
stove.
Yes.
Gas
First
stove.
gas.
And Papa didn't want to eat none of the food cooked on the gas, on the gas
I
stove.
guarantee you there's
He
one
wanted it
thing
cooked
he,
on that wood stove.
there's one thing he wouldn't accept, I know, today if he was alive, is the computer.
Oh, no.
If he didn't want those things, there's sure that.
I'm trying to think, you know, I don't really know if we had, while Papa was still living, Papa and Granny were still living, I don't think we had a TV.
Oh, no.
I don't think we had a TV in the house while Granny.
And you
And
survived?
an air condition, I don't think.
No, didn't have
we
air
have it.
conditioning.
No, 'cause I remember when.
Laurie bought the air conditioner after me and you married.
Yeah. But every night.
Serious, more than that, she was living in California, I think,
Every night,
Texas.
after Granny died, Papa had
Y'all came,
baked potato and ice cream.
What day was this?
Every night. for
Every
supper.
night?
Every night for supper. Papa had baked potato and ice cream.
He himself or the whole family?
No, that's what he had for supper.
What did he put on the baked potato?
Nothing.
you and Tom and your mama came to him. After me and they got married, she had a white Tornado and you had a
That's
wreck.
right, that's right, that was me that did it.
You had a wreck? You haven't told
I
your
backed
kids
it up.
about this, have you?
Huh?
You haven't told your kids about this, have you?
I've told him a little bit about it.
Oh, we perked up right quick.
You remember that?
Yeah, that was right after me and Eddie got married.
Okay. Yeah, I
But,
remember that real well.
And one time, now RJ was something else, boy. Fine. Oh my. Mama's house down there. Me and him went round and round and round, and
That's the house where he would come in the back field to see her? He would come behind?
No,
Oh, no, that's not.
that was uptown. That
That was uptown.
Yeah, that
No,
was
the
up-
one she's talking about
This
down there
is-
at that crossroad below Evergreen.
Evergreen, where Mama's house. They come visited. They come visited.
Who?
RJ and Laureen and Joe and Tommy. They were little, and of course they lived across from a dairy, you know. So that door, you didn't use that door.
Front door.
Had flies to the
Always
kitchen.
on screen.
Had
Everybody
flies
always
on
went to the back door anyway.
But you
Right.
never used that door.
I remember.
You come in this door.
I screened the back porch in.
Well,
I
RJ
remember.
decided Mama's kitchen wasn't sanitary. Man, he might as well to spit in my face. That's what he said. I'm just not eating here. This is not sanitary. I said, I know you're not eating here. I said, you just get out of here. They had this little, y'all had a little travel oil or something out there.
Yeah.
I said, I know you're not eating here. That's for a fact. You're not eating. No way are you eating. I said, now Laureen and the boys is going to eat. And I said, if Laureen is so stupid that she don't want to eat, the boys is going to eat. But I said, no way you going to eat. I said, you just get out. You're not eating. I said, you have the gall to say my mama's house is not sanitary. I said, I'll just kill you. Man, I'm telling you.
What a sister-in-law.
You got a whole hit list.
He was awful. He was
Right after
awful.
Dr. McCoy gets it, RJ's gonna get it.
He was awful. I'm telling you.
Spitfire.
Yes, sir. Tell
She's
me
too
my
long
mama's,
what she used to
my
be.
mama's house wasn't sanitary. I could have
You
killed him.
ain't yell like she used to be.
And if he'd have messed with me, I probably would have hurt him.
Put him in a sheet and
Yeah, pretty much. Well, she knew how to do it. So.
Talking about a doctor, Mike, we was in Wyoming first time. Well, I was working on heavy equipment. Steel wheels on them machines, we weighed 300-something pounds a piece. Well, I was lifting them by myself, putting them back on the main tip bearings on the rock, on the track. And I had him rolling one. All of a sudden, he got hurt one morning. The boss come up and I said, I gotta go home. I said, I ain't hurting. He said, well, go on. I said, be all right. Well, I got in there.
How far did I have to go to school?
Did y'all
From
go to
there.
Did y'all go to the school at Evergreen?
It went to Evergreen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
where the
So
tables are now.
And you walked to school? And how far is that?
When I first started, we was living at the Jeffords place.
Went
I
down
think.
to some city too,
I
didn't
walked
you?
up, no, I never went
I
down
was
to
into
the
it
city.
down
Walked from the Jeffords place, which is on that Moultrie Highway.
That's
Old Moultrie House.
all the way through them woods.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah, it's a
Highway
lot further
33
away.
on
How
the
long
other side.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is it?
Through them woods,
About
probably
5, 6
what?
miles.
Yeah,
it's not 5, 6
And it's
miles.
through the woods up. It's-
Walked through the woods and had to walk a foot log. And in the wintertime, we'd conveniently fall off that foot log and turn around and go back to the niggers' house. There was about 40 families of niggers that lived on that place, and Daddy was overseer. We'd fall off that foot log and go back to their house and stay all day long. Yes, sir. They wouldn't tell on us. They wouldn't tell on us. We stopped at every nigger house on the way to school, walking through there that we could find. We'd stop and we'd have whatever they was drinking, hot chocolate or coffee or whatever, we'd have.
They were
it.
nice too.
Yeah, they weren't for Daddy.
And the
Didn't
school
get
never
coffee,
called
Bobby,
it? The school
No,
never
they
told
didn't
you
have
parents?
no telephone.
Well, they didn't have a way to call them. No
Didn't
communication.
this teacher didn't come visit your house? And
We
say,
passed. All
you
of-
passed?
Tell you how I found out my first cup of coffee. I went to Aunt Eddie's house. She lived at a little house down by the pond below Grandma's house.
Little white mansion.
Yeah, and got up in the morning, had to start the fire. It's cold. Well, we got in there, and she had coffee. Well, Nancy had a cup of coffee. I said, well, I want a cup of coffee too. I didn't realize that, that stuff was boiling hot and didn't have running water. I took that stuff and chummed it like I was drinking milk or something, and it scalded my tongue. I mean, it got me good. And I said, I need some water. Well, it's cold. I had to go out there, draw a bucket of water, put it in another bucket, and bring it in and set. And I remember I sat there, and it's a wonder she let me do it. I sat there and drank out of the bucket. I just tilted it and just kept continuously drinking. My tongue was on fire, and I would stick my tongue over in the water. I drank a little bit, and this was about 7 o'clock in the morning, but the water was so good on my tongue. But I learned right then, I said, I see all these people drinking this coffee. I tried it, and I like to die. I didn't know you had to sip coffee. I didn't realize how hot it was.
You didn't have a tongue though.
I did. Man, I ain't never forgot that. I just held the bucket.
How old were you?
Oh, shoot, less than 10.
Yeah, because Vern was
8 or
what?
9.
He was about 7, I
Yeah.
guess, because Vern was about 10.
But it was cold.
Vern had his cup of coffee and he was sitting there waiting for it to cool, like all the rest of us. We poured our coffee, and of course the youngins had
you not wait.
Oh,
the
man.
youngins had milk in theirs, and that cooled it down some. And of course now I was drinking mine without any milk in it, just
I didn't know if I
was
wanted
just
milk or not. I didn't
sipping it.
know. I just-
And so he wanted a cup of coffee, so I fixed him a cup of coffee, Well, it wasn't really boiling hot, but
It was hot to me.
hotter than he was used to.
Like your old farmer said, he wanted so hot it scorched the collar button.
Yes, it
But
did.
they used to cut burning, and Mike used to come down there, we call it Little Black Mansion. And they'd come down there and we'd make homemade ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be cold,
Man,
man,
it's
it'd be
so
cold.
You go to bed that night and somebody had to get up and start the fire the next morning.
And it was
Some-
guess who?
And I wanted to because that was fun. But boy, I changed my mind. Next morning, it was so cold. I changed my mind. I don't want to
You let the fire go out, boy. Don't let
We
the fire
didn't,
go out.
I didn't I always had red coals, I'd put wood on it.
You called it
during
the
night.
Little Black Mansion?
Mansion, yeah.
Where
It
was
It
this?
didn't have, right down below, where Mama and Granny lived. It
Cross
was in
road below
Pottsville, too.
Evergreen Church.
It was in Pottsville,
And Papa
too.
had ice cream.
Remember where we stopped today
Ice
at
cream
the
every
stop
night.
sign?
Yeah,
And I
Mama
thought
made
y'all
ice
wanted to
cream.
get out.
Mama
about
made
half
ice
mile
cream
down
like,
to the left there.
ice
Right
cream
by
mix
the pond.
and put it
The
in
only
the
bad
freezer.
calls the stores
And make it like that. He didn't want store-bought ice cream.
He didn't want that.
No, and it had to be made out of canned
I
milk.
went down there one day fishing.
no
Mr.
Yeah, he didn't want,
Who's
I
this?
live in Miss Carl.
Papa.
And I was stepping from big pump.
Homemade ice cream every night.
Grass, go over there like that.
And
And
potatoes.
Stepped one time.
Baked
I
And
used
sweet
to
potato.
potato. Mama
Now,
kept,
just
Mama
take a
baked
step away and
lots
lay
of
the pile
sweet
of mine
potatoes.
for like that
And as
side
long
of
as
it.
she had the
I
wood
walked on
stove,
the
she
water and
baked
mud
his
and
sweet
everything.
potatoes in
I'm
that
like,
wood
get
stove.
out of there. My hands on my neck.
Did he have any
standing
meat
up. I
every
ain't
night
fishing
with
over
that?
that pond.
No, that's what he had, but he'd eat a good breakfast. He'd eat, she'd have biscuits and meat and
Bean,
grits and
grandma,
eggs and stuff like that.
they
He
said
eat
that one
good,
night. Did he?
but that's
Eat
just
supper.
what he eat at supper.
All of us.
Sometimes he'd want a piece of cake, but he always had that sweet potato and his ice
Where
cream.
did I get that meat taste then? I've got to have. I have
It's from your
I
mother.
mean,
It's a
it's
type
so
A body
all
type.
the
It's another
Yeah.
mama thing.
Because I love meat.
She
I
liked
really
meat.
do. I really
I'm
do.
sure she
We
loves
used to-
meat.
We ate our share of fried side meat and biscuits.
Yeah.
And grandmama would always come along there and fix my biscuit. She'd stick her 2 fingers in the biscuit and put the butter and the syrup
You know,
in there for me.
I
And
remember
fix it
those biscuits more than any other food.
And after
Another
we,
mama.
and after we got married,
That she would.
we'd go down there, and June would just sit there in amazement. She'd just sit there, and I was sitting there, and I wouldn't do anything. Here come Grandmama, and if it wasn't her, it's Aunt Lorraine.
Yeah.
Coming on there, fixing my biscuit, poke the finger up, put the butter in there. And I was sitting there, and June just sitting there. They're waiting on him hand and foot. What's this all about?
I'm not doing it.
I mean, it was, I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna do this.
But when I
You
went,
gotta remember, I was just a child then too.
but when I went to Grandma's house, that's Grandma Carter fixed my biscuits for me.
Yeah.
What else do you want, Mike? Well, I'll take
Were-
some
were
out of
those-
there.
Were those
They're
buttermilk
right there.
biscuits?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And those are they're popular today.
Yeah.
And you know,
It worked.
have you ever thought about how she made everything perfect on a wood burning stove?
I know.
And we
She never burnt anything.
She made the best swamp coffee you ever tasted
What is
in your
swamp
life.
coffee?
She
Well, you
had one
put
of
the
these
ground
big
and the
old
water
tall
all
coffee
together, no
pots.
inside, no
and
guts
no-
to the pot.
Oh, just straight.
Yeah, and
Okay.
no basket in it. She
All
just
you
put
do
the
is
coffee
you
in
get
there.
made,
No filter.
Go
No.
take about 2 tablespoons of cold water and pour it in all the ground off.
You never got
And so you
grounds.
don't ever drink the bottom of this
No.
pot? Is that how the
You don't ever get
You got.
you don't ever get grounds in your coffee.
Is it a tall pot?
Oh yeah,
You get
about
them,
like
you can
this.
get them like that to the big
And-
cowboy signs.
And it was made full. You know, it was made and was set on the backside of the wood stove, which in the wintertime it stayed warm all the time. You could drink coffee anytime you wanted to.
And I do remember that bacon. It was thick and crisp.
That's right.
Real
She made
crisp.
those
Well,
side meat.
now,
Well,
Mama
she used
could
to buy
cook-
all her stuff after me and Nettie got married. We moved in there. They had a rolling stove come out there.
Mr. Henry Riggs. Now, this would amaze you, probably.
And
Joe may
it was like
remember.
an old school bus and it had steps on the back. And he had both sides, it was like a store. And you
That was
walked
the
in
grocery store.
Oh, on wheels?
Yeah. You don't remember
Rolling
Mr. Riggs?
store.
I don't
Had
remember
his
that.
drink machines in there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you didn't have Mr. Henry Riggs, if you didn't have enough money, he'd give it to you anyway.
And if you had to make some dozen eggs, you wanted something else, and he had,
And
you
he
traded the eggs
always-
for something else.
He had the grocery store there and he came to your house. He drove around those dirt roads and that's what he did for years.
And
Then
he'd
he
buy-
quit that, and then
you
Joel
could-
T started
He'd
coming
buy
around.
the eggs from you, or you could trade him eggs for what he had in there. And then further around, when in town, you know, he would sell the eggs to other people, you know, because these were yard eggs.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
they could sell the eggs. So he wasn't losing any money.
Mr. J.J. Riggs there at
Y'all didn't.
church Sunday?
You may not.
There
have.
were a lot of people
You
there.
might have. That was his son. His daddy was the one that
His daddy
ran the
was-
rolling grocery store. His son was there Sunday.
Wait, he was red. Did you ask
Kinda,
him?
he had a,
Yeah, you did.
when I was trying to think, when I walked out of church, when I first walked out, he was right there. But y'all were behind.
But he pull up out down the road, it was paved road, then beep, beep, beep. There she
Mama would
goes.
have her list.
Have a list.
Yeah.
And she bought stuff from Jewel Tea. She had certain stuff. She had Jewel Tea and Standard Coffee Man. And then anything else that she wanted after me and Richard moved down there, we had to go to Anderson City to get it.
We still got the clock she gave us was from the Standard Coffee Man.
So we had to go to Anderson City to get it. And sometimes we'd go to Durham, you know, to Essie's store. And we'd
Mike, you remember this?
I'll be dog.
I just thought about that thing.
that's a
This
coffee
thing in her
mill.
kitchen.
That's a coffee mill.
See,
That
I've
was
been
Granny's.
looking at that for 30 years.
But
You
the
got it,
real
Rick.
coffee beans in
That was
there.
Granny. I got the
The little
salt
bird,
beans.
the little hen, it's a little hen like it's laying on a nest. That was her butter dish. We got it.
Mama's butter dish. I give Mama that.
This is a
Well, I
salt
got
dish,
it.
which you get by the
That's one of our heirlooms we got.
That she bought for Granny for a quarter
Then you
from
get, the top
somebody.
got broke, somebody made a lid for it.
Papa made the lid for it. There wasn't no lid for
It
it.
was, cause the whole thing there was a.
They wasn't when he
lid.
bought. When Mama bought it for a quarter, there was no lid for it.
That's why it was a quarter.
So Papa made a lid for it. But Granny
You
had
kept
that
right beside us,
in that house y'all went to. That old house. That was in that old house. This coffee mill she had over there. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to get to grind the coffee. Yes, sir. First one up got to grind the coffee.
Had a good time, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
See, nowadays we'd have to beat our children to get them up to do it.
Sir, I'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Times have changed, haven't
Grind
they?
that coffee.
If you want the keys to the car, you get it.
Yeah, they get up. I want the car.
These are
now.
your grandma's.
That was, them was Papa's.
What are they for?
Card and cloth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks like lint rakers.
Yeah, card. They used to have to card the cotton.
Well, I don't know what happened to my sight.
It's here somewhere. I don't know exactly.
Oh, really?
I got the big size, the hand size.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey. See, that's what I was telling them we was down there at Granddaddy Potts. There's no telling how much was down there.
All this is antique stuff here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we got,
Yes, it is.
this was stuff that was give to us, as things went along. Now, Papa and Mama thought,
Sickle. That's Papa Heron.
yeah, Papa and Mama thought there wasn't nothing in
Cute all together. Move it.
the world like Richard. They give things to Richard, you know.
Made in England.
But,
Well, that's because Richard appreciates it.
well, anything happened, it was my fault, wasn't his. No, sir. Care whose fault it was. It wasn't his fault.
I can see her doing that.
And we, she would call, I'd call her.
See the sickle here? Liz?
I'll show you that.
From England, made in England. That was Papa Heron's.
Oh, cool.
We would call her, you know,
Seen
and
these
tell
horror
her
movies before.
that, or she might call us
Let me see that one.
and tell us that, it was getting about time for us to come to see her because she had several jobs that Richard.
Yeah, we had several of them too.
Yes, sirree. And I'd call her and
Whole
I'd
list
tell
of
her,
'em.
I'd call her and tell her, I said, now, Mama, I said,
Directions, Liz?
I said, don't be buying a whole bunch of stuff. I said, because we're coming in about a month and I've already started my box. You know, I always bought, stuff that, we lived right close to the, Winn-Dixie then. And, they'd have sales like, some kind of vegetables, you know, 5 for $1, 5 cans for $1. Well, I'd buy me 5 cans and I'd buy Mama 5 cans and I'd do this, you
Let me know
know,
if you want to get rid of it.
get Mama's groceries all bought up. I said,
That's a
"Now,
stupid question, but you know.
don't be buying a whole
I
bunch
wished
of
I could
stuff."
got Granddaddy Potts.
And she said, well,
down there.
I
When
got
was little,
several
I sold
jobs
it.
Richard needs to
Well, I
do,
had all
you
this
know,
little
when he
hanging
gets
grill
here.
outfit in my house.
And she did.
I
She
had
had,
hanging on the
whatever, it
Since I
didn't
moved
matter
here, I
what
ain't
it
got-
was, she
I
just
do all
knew
this work,
Richard
I ain't
could
had a
fix it.
chance to hang it nowhere. It's,
June hung a lot of her stuff around the border of her kitchen. All her antique stuff that she got,
Yeah.
she'd hang them up there.
But, Richard's, mama, so when his daddy died, they had an auction
Yeah,
and,
I wasn't around though.
so Richard didn't get any,
Oh my gosh, I had a,
didn't get any of his daddy's stuff.
it was a bed.
And didn't
I
get
wanted-
any of the,
It stood about this tall, the
Oh, I don't
headboard
wanna hear
did.
that.
Water.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes.
Went out for auction.
Church, that's
Well, she
what
had
I
a-
Now, where did they get the money for her to dress sharp like that?
Mike, your skin isn't
Where
too
did Mama
sensitive.
get it? We-
No, Mama's a real sensitive.
well, everybody, Mama bought hats,
y'all
you
the
know,
fair
Mama,
skin.
that was
I'm
Mama's
fair
one
My daddy
weakness.
wasn't. See,
She had her
he's more
hats,
like Uncle Phil, he was
but
dark.
now my mama could sew.
My kids don't have
Yeah,
fair
my
skin.
mama could sew.
Well, they do, yeah.
And she made, well, she made
Dale
all our clothes,
And Laura.
you know,
Yeah,
because,
they're fair skin.
But
back
other two
then,
don't.
David,
you just,
he's
it
a
was
little dark, but
impossible.
he's
All
still-
these
he's got a
youngins,
lot
you
of-
know,
Yeah.
you
You can't
couldn't buy
deny him.
clothes.
Very
Our
clever.
clothes,
Yeah,
dresses and things was made out
We
of,
got to go to the back.
feed sacks. You get,
We've
you
got-
get,
it's
feed
gotta be
and
home.
was printed,
These
you
were
know, like
precious
print.
moments.
I know, they really
Yeah,
were.
We
we
got,
want this.
and our clothes was made
We're
out
gonna-
of
So
that.
what kind of clothes would they look like?
I told her.
Oh, Mama could make anything. She could just look at it, and we would tell her how we would want to dress. Whatever the rest of them was wearing, that was the store bought. She'd make us.
And so you'd have the print on the dress?
Yeah, it might be
Just send me a copy
flowers,
of that genealogy.
might be flowers, or
Sometime I'll give
it to you now.
it might be checks,
But I
or
want it.
whatever.
I'll do a lot.
That ain't, oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
So he was just
He learned the hard school of hard knocks, the hard way.
Well, we only have 2 meals on Sunday because we have church and
That's on, Mom.
we have late breakfast and
That's on.
it's on right now. For sure.
That's what.
C. Said, Miss C, I would like for you to apologize to Richard for what I said. Said, I have found out why he had an air conditioner in his car, and I'm sorry.
He was at
I
last
made
all the
it.
time, didn't he?
An ass out of myself. Saying he had more, well, you know, it just kind of made me mad. You know, it wasn't none of his business.
My LCD come with the air conditioner, it had
You know?
everything on it.
And it was hot. It's hot in the summertime, and I wanted an air conditioner. 'Cause I wanted. He said, Ned, you got a new car. I just said, well, if I got to work like a nigger, I'll just ride like a nigger. He like to fell out. He told everybody that for a long time. He'll get around to telling you. Sooner or later, he'll get around to telling you.